In this Star Wars Outlaws news update video, I will be sharing with you some brand new details about the game following its age rating and what it could mean for a release date. But before we do get into today's news though, make sure you do subscribe to this channel so you won't miss any future news updates on Star Wars Outlaws. So today, the game has received its first official age rating, and this confirms a brand new minigame, part of the game that we did not know was going to be in the game before, along with it's going to bring up speculation as to when the game will release. Typically, age ratings do indicate a game is releasing soon, more on that later on in the video. First spotted by Andrew Marmo on Twitter, the South Korea Games Rating Board have officially age-rated Star Wars Outlaws for the PS5. And as you can see, for the PS5 version of Star Wars Outlaws, it has received the 19+ rating, otherwise known as not available for youth, and these are games that cannot be sold to teenagers. If we compare this age rating to other Star Wars games, you will notice that Outlaws is the highest age-rated game there is. For example, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor are 12+, both Battlefront games are 15+, and so on. So you are probably wondering what on earth has given this game such a high age rating? Well, the Korean Ratings Board have given reasons for the decision, and it's as follows. Realistic simulation of speculative behaviour. There is a minigame with content of in-game betting and dividends. That's right, we will be gambling within Star Wars Outlaws in the form of a minigame, likely sabacc or potentially something else. We do see Kay play sabacc within the first teaser trailer for the game. Since we saw that, many fans have hoped this would be a big part of the game given that you are playing as an outlaw and the game is called Star Wars Outlaws. It would be a huge missed opportunity for them not to include something like that in the game, but the South Korean Ratings Board have confirmed there will be some sort of gambling element within the game, and it's specifically a minigame, which if you look at other games such as Red Dead Redemption 2, sabacc or something along those lines makes sense. This piece of information will certainly make some people very happy indeed. Given that this is a single-player game and you aren't going to be playing against other players, then this is not actual real gambling like you would see in other titles. In terms of the symbols that you can see for the age rating, you might be wondering which of those are included in the game. Well, all of them are not except for gambling, so there isn't really bad language, substance usage, and things like that. Also, if you are worried that this game will be an 18+ rated game in, say, the US, UK, and Europe, I wouldn't worry too much, because the provisional pending rating in the US is Teen 13+, and in Europe it's PEGI 16+. But once again, these are just provisional ratings. These aren't official coming through the database yet, only the South Korean Ratings Board have done so. So what does this mean for the game's release date? Because the game has been relatively quiet in terms of marketing. They have not shared much recently at all, aside from a few days ago when I talked about some new features that are coming to the game thanks to an Nvidia press release. Nvidia have talked about a collaboration they've done with Ubisoft on this game to really make the PC version even better. It's got some really awesome features. Definitely watch that video if you haven't already. There's a button in the top right hand corner of the screen so you can watch it after you've watched all of this video. I did speculate that maybe this is the beginning of some sort of marketing cycle, and then now a few days later, we've received the first official age rating. Now, I want to preface this by saying that age ratings can come in quite early before a game releases or quite late. But there are patterns to look at that we can gauge as to how far away this game might be. Let's take a look at all of Ubisoft's recent titles and the time frame between them getting an age rating from South Korea to those games releasing. We'll kick things off with Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora, because this is the game that was most recently released by the developers behind Star Wars Outlaws, Massive Entertainment. It took 3 months between an age rating to release. Ubisoft's Crew Motorfest took 3 months. The recent Prince of Persia game took 4 months. Assassin's Creed Mirage took 4 months. Skull and Bones did take 2 years, but that game received significant delays. So what does this tell us? Well, it's entirely possible that the game may be releasing in just a few months' time. That would make it a late June release, and It's possible that does happen, although I am a little bit less confident given that 3 months is quite a short time and time moves pretty quickly these days. There is still quite a few questions people have about this game and want to see more, so marketing would need to start up pretty soon. Jedi Survivor did have a short marketing cycle of just 3 to 4 months, so it's entirely possible, but still. As for other Star Wars games in terms of age rating, so EA have done it in the same sort of time. Fallen Order and Battlefront 2 took 2 months, just 2 months, for the verdict of the age rating 2 release date, and Jedi Survivor took 3 months prior to the original release date before the game got delayed 6 weeks. This is just speculation on my part. I'm not saying this game is for sure releasing in 3 months. However, even if it does release towards the end of the year still, this is a good sign for the game that it's already getting an age rating. Skull and Bones is just one of those really ridiculous cases that unfortunately has gone through a lot of development hell, whereas at least with Star Wars Outlaws we haven't heard such stories. Same goes for Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. It did receive a year-long delay, but overall the game did come out in a fairly good state. Either this age rating coming about just a few days after the Nvidia news is pure coincidence, or things are starting to line up towards a marketing cycle for this game ahead of its release this summer. I just want to say I really appreciate the comments on these Star Wars Outlaws videos. There are so many of you so excited for this game, and it's really positive and nice to read. I know just how much of a dream game this is for so many people, and I really do hope we get some big substantial news soon, because I'm sick of having to use the same footage in all of my videos. I really just want to share some more with you guys, but we'll just have to wait and see if Ubisoft do decide to kick up the marketing for the game. I'd love to hear your thoughts on anything I've talked about down in the comment section below, so please do let me know. Drop a like to help support the channel, and if you did miss any of my previous news updates on Star Wars Outlaws, please do click on the playlist on screen right now, and I shall see you in my next video. Goodbye.